Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Just started a Cr250, sorry. And broke it down. Bike's pretty much broken completely down. Here, let me see if I can get it better. We got the frame hanging. Pressure washed it, but it's still got a little bit of damage on it. Lots of corrosion. Have to clean that up. O2 Cr250. Came with some painted hubs, decent A60 wheels. Just overall just beat up, really needs cleaned. I got it all broken down, the air box, exhaust on the parts cleaner. There's the case and carb, shock. You got the parts broken down here for polish, and then I think I might Cerakote the swing arm black and the triple clamp a Cerakote like burnt bronze. And I'm debating on the knuckle, though it does face a lot of traffic, so I don't really want to waste the money on that. Got the tubes. I'm going to do the fork tubes black with the burnt bronze Cerakote on the triple clamp. I think that'll look pretty good. Saw that on another guy's channel that looked pretty dope, so I might do that. All the parts laid out here for the transmission and brakes and the cases. Replace that one. I'll show you what it looked like whenever we got it. So they'd broken that part of the engine case and did a very amateur, I mean, at that point, you know, you just want to do what I'm doing, which is replace the case. And I have the case there. I've already cleaned it up a little bit and put some bearings in it, but it is not finished. So that's the old piece, just for reference. And then that's the new piece and the other side of the case. We have the transmission laid out here. Shout out to Prime MX for the cleaning wheels. Pretty cheap. And then some parts starting to come in. But overall, what we're doing today is we're gonna set up this polished wheel with some buffing pads. I got a coarse over here and then a little bit more fine. And I already started on this linkage piece. You can see it's turning out really good, and that's only about 2 seconds, well, 20 seconds worth of work. And just so if you want to know where I got these, I looked on eBay and they were a little overpriced, and I couldn't really tell what the fine to medium was, but I ordered these from Prime MX, which is Cameron Nimala, I think that's how you but this is where I got them. And it came with that little Dremel kit too. It was 40 bucks for the wheels and the Dremel kit. But this is a little more fine finish, and this is a little bit more coarse cut. And as you can see, I mean, it cuts through the crap on this real quick. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this camera up and start working on polishing some of these parts. All right. So here we go, 15 minutes, if that, on the polish wheel. I had to put a spacer on there. This isn't for any kind of use. I might actually cut that down a little bit so I can get more use out of that Brillo or the Scotch-Brite. But literally like 5 minutes cutting through the crap with that one, and then went over it once real quick with this medium grit, and this is the result. I didn't even polish that yet. Cut right through the grime. I mean, that looks freaking amazing. I even did the end of the bolt too. So that one's probably going to need replaced on that side, but cleaned it up really good. I'll keep working on this. All right, about 15 minutes on that knuckle. You remember what it looked like before. Ooh. Use a Dremel for the center section right here, where that CO21 is. And then now I got to pop out these races. Might take some heat because those things are beaten in there. It's hard to tell when the last time these, I mean, there was pivot works. I don't know if you can see that. Where is it? Somebody put pivot works in there at one point. So once upon a time somebody maintained this thing, but they... So this is all the garbage that came out of it. And the only thing I have to say about this is if you can't afford $60 to take care of your bike, or $5 to go to the car wash, then honestly, I don't know if this is the sport for you, especially if you own this bike. This bike commands a little bit more respect than that. That's sad. We'll get her fixed up though. All right, on to the next. I think we're done polishing for a minute. So what we're gonna do is pop out these race bearings, or these linkage bearing races, and I'm gonna use this tool. So these little lips go in and set in between the bearings. I don't know if you can see that, but in between those bearings, and pops the races out. So, and then you hook that slide hammer on there and it pulls them out, hopefully. That's the idea. Let's see if it works. All right, I got one of the races out, and that was the one that was all bent up right at the top. I'll show you how I did it because my slap hammer did not work. I ended up having to use the vise, so hold on. So what I did is I took this 18 that fits inside there pretty perfectly, and then this, I don't know, what is this, like a 27 or something? Yep, to catch the race on the other side, and I just pressed it out. So I don't have a tripod, but I put the, let's see, basically it went in the vise like that, and the vise pushed it through into that. So throw that away. And you gotta clean that up a little bit, and now you're ready for new bearings in here and here. So we'll go ahead and do it to this one too. Now you got to turn your, so when you first start, you want the flat side there so you don't bend the end of your linkage. But this time, now that you got it moving, you can use this side so it pushes the bearings into it. So, not because you need that catch. So this, at this point, it's imperative to line it up pretty good. And then it should just press right in there. Need a little bit more length. Grab another. And there's the old crappy nastiness. Obviously garbage. Cool. Now you're ready for your linkage. Clean that up a little bit in the parts cleaner, and we'll put some new bearings in her. So it took some doing, but I finally got that race out, or the races. There's the other one. Had to use a slap hammer and get it perfectly on that lip on the inside of this. This puppy is hotter than hell because I had to light it up. But I got him out. Now the entire linkage, just clean it up a little bit with a wire brush and a Dremel. All right, well, thanks for watching the video. That's about it for the linkage and the suspension swing arm. Sorry, kind of at a loss. It's the next day. Got distracted, kids, all that fun stuff. So managed to get the swing arm bearings and races out. It's nice and cleaned up. I've got it over here staged with all the other parts. Here, I'll show you. Right here. And these things turned out great. I didn't even hit them with any mothers yet, but they're super clean. I cleaned the inside out with the Dremel. A little bit of pitting in there, but there's not much I can do about that, but they're ready to accept the new races. Next video we're gonna do is I'm gonna polish that out, this piece out a little bit better. I'm gonna send this off for some Cerakoting, and what else? We'll probably polish the subframe. So yeah, subframe in that video. I'd like to get all the polishing that I can out of the way, because I've got some parts coming in, starting to get the bearings. I've got the chain today. Only takes about 10 days for Cerakoting, and the cylinder I sent to Power Seal USA per the suggestion of Prime MX Cameron. I think his name's Naimala. I apologize if I'm butchering that, but yeah, so stay tuned for the next video. I'll try to keep them posting. And then we also have, I'm sure you saw in the background, that thing is next. It's been sitting in here for a long time. It keeps overheating, so might have to tear the engine apart and redo it. All right, until next time. Thanks, guys.